in here?
The South Texas Haunts team returns with all new investigations.
I don't fear you.
Watch South Texas Haunts live Halloween special tonight at 11:35 on Chris 6.
And welcome to the 2024 All Hallows Eve South Texas Haunts Halloween Special. Tonight, we're exploring the 6th Realm House in Victoria, Texas. It is a most spectacular house. We had a lot of experiences there. And also, just so you guys know, we're live on social media, so make sure to head on over to our Facebook and YouTube channel, because if you guys have a question or see something during the show that we miss, make sure to comment. And your questions might just get answered right here live at the Chris 6 Studios in Corpus Christi, Texas. We'll be right back with more South Texas Haunts. Tonight we're here in Victoria, Texas at one of the most haunted homes in this area, the 6th Realm. Now I can sit here and tell you about all the ghost stories and evidence that's been captured in this house, but I'm gonna let the owner herself tell you. While she's telling you, we're gonna go inside right now, set up this investigation, and get ready right here on South Texas Haunts. People say that this is one of the most haunted houses in Victoria. Why would you say it's one of the most haunted houses?
There's a lot of rich history in this house. It is 156 years old.
Wow.
So it's housed a lot of families, a lot of energy in this house.
So what is some of the history of this home, especially in this room, because this room is amazing?
So the house was built in 1868 by a man named Alphonse Theodore Singley. It was originally located on the square a couple blocks just behind us. And then in 1898, it was moved here to this location where it has sat ever since. We've had 7 confirmed deaths in the house as well, including Mr. Singley. Back in the 1800s, a lot of people would have shown their dead here. This is where they would have brought them into the parlor. And we know this just because of the fireplace. The fireplace is original, so we know this was part of the original house.
Okay.
So we use this as our shop,
okay.
But it was a bedroom at one time, and we know that part of the family ran a tin business downstairs, and then they lived upstairs.
Okay.
But in here, we've actually had a pin thrown. We do have a lot of footsteps in here, little things that happen. We had one team, this door does stay locked, so we have a bell here, and we had one team that heard the bell ringing in here. And the house is equipped with cameras in all of the rooms, so you can go back and watch that footage and where they hear that bell. I will say that the stairs, be very careful when you're going up the stairs. Appeline, she actually died after a fall on these stairs. So,
well, I promise you, we will not add to the ghost population.
This is the Lizzie Borden area. So we've got a copy of the Boston Daily Globe where they did an article about how she went into an apothecary, tried to buy poison. And then over here we have a copy of her death certificate. And then in that shadow box over there, we've got a little bit of dirt from the property and then brick dust from the basement.
Oh, wow.
So So we're investigators as well, and whenever we go to other locations, we try to bring a little piece of it back with us.
That's really cool.
So this is our oddities room, and like I said, we've got a lot of different objects in here, anywhere from just different art from different artists around the world, and then we also have real human remains. So we've got a couple of real human skulls in the case there. We do have a small slice of a real human brain as well.
Oh, wow. Where do you find a slice of human brain?
You can get them from medical places, and then...
I don't think my wife will let me, but I can try.
These are letters from different serial killers.
Oh, wow.
They are all authentic letters. We have some from Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. We have some from the BTK killer.
Wow. That is cool.
You will notice there's a ton of art by different artists from all over, just because we like art, and people put all of their energy into those, and we felt like that is something that might help the house and the spirits that were already here, kind of give them a little bit more energy and power to do things and interact with us.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, this is our doll room. We do have quite a few vessels in here that we've had experiences with. One of our experiences that we had, I was giving a tour. I had people standing right in front of me, and we had this little stroller here just go all the way forward, right in front of everybody, except I was talking, so I didn't get to see it. But
you ever get the feeling like you're being watched?
yes. So, yes, especially in this room, there are... I haven't investigated with every single doll in this room, but I can tell you there are a few of them over there that have given kind of a vibe. But these, I have all of them have had experiences. Right where you're standing is the other part of the house that is kind of... People are always kind of drawn to that area. You'll feel a lot of static there. I don't know what that is.
It is amazing sometimes of what areas can actually just, for no reason or whatever, it just has energy.
Yes.
And you just, no matter how long you investigate or whatever, you still just, there's no clue why. Okay, well, thank you so much for this tour. This is an amazing house. I am so glad and so thankful for you allowing us to come in and check it out.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we get some answers tonight and meet some of the resident spirits here at the house.
Yes.
I can tell you right now, Shauna, I don't like dolls.
In all reality, can't think of anybody who really, really likes dolls. I mean, that doll room in general.
Yeah.
I mean, what type of vibes did you get out of there, Tolly?
I mean, I'm not afraid of dolls, but there were a few dolls in there that kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies, so. Now,
you got some EVPs out of that doll area, which even just knowing that you got EVPs out of there kind of creeped me out. I know we have a doll here tonight and all that stuff, but you got some EVPs out of there. What was all captured?
So really out of that room in particular, we only got really one EVP out of the particular doll room itself. Okay. And it was just... that just said a couple of words like yeah, and then said some other things. It was kind of, you really couldn't understand what they were saying. There was some EVPs that we couldn't understand. They were inaudible. So we captured other EVPs. We just couldn't understand what they were exactly saying. But I think when you're in a room with that many dolls in it, whether you're creeped out by dolls or not, to feel that many eyes on you,
it was a little disconcerting.
Well, I guess let's take a listen and see what it actually says.
Yeah.
And welcome back to South Texas Haunts Halloween special. So far, I can't wait to get to the investigation.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Here we are at the investigation.
Let's get on to the meat. Let's get to it. Let's get to the investigation. Here we go, guys. More.
Anybody in here that'd like to talk to us? come sit on the bed and light those lights? Talking to the lady that I felt in here? Well, downstairs, can you turn on that light for us? Do at least 2 or 3 if you can. Come on, I know you can do it. Can you tell us your name?
Okay, I heard somebody say something over here. Can you repeat that, please?
Out of all of you girls here, who is the one in charge?
Can you please say that again? Anna? Is your name Anna? Okay. Yeah, I heard yeah. There's something that sounded kind of like that over here. If you are here, are you attached to the house, or are you attached to any of these items, like dolls? The house. They're attached to the house. Can you tell us your name, please? Again?
Well, ladies, can one of y'all make a noise for me again? Can one of you move?
Is there anybody in this room with us? If so, can you make a noise? Let me know that you're here. You can talk to us. We can hear you. You like to scare people. Can you come in here and scare us? I don't know you, but my head feels like it's going to explode. I mean, seriously, I just...
Well, I heard somebody
right
laughing
here.
or crying over
Are you
here.
all right?
Right around him.
Like for a second there, I felt like a tingling sensation going down my back.
Really?
Yeah.
Is somebody messing with Gilbert?
Either I got a chill or something, like, but then it could be the AC, it could be something else, but you know.
Well, I mean, I did hear, like, I'm hearing a man and a woman every once in a while, and a kid, like, over here, or crying woman, or laughing woman. I don't know what it is, but it's like that kind of sound.
I think the creepiest thing, though, is for it to say hell, church, and cross.
Yeah. Well, we're in right here.
We're
all
right
this
here.
Stuff. Yeah.
But it's like I'm wearing a cross.
Right.
So it's just...
And then all of this stuff on the wall and all that. This is a very religious and anti-religious, well, something.
I really like there's pressure inside my head. This is weird.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because I'll tell you what I felt.
All right, well, Gilbert knows how I felt, so.
Okay, don't tell me.
All right.
When we were up here, Tolly and I, doing some EVP work, all of a sudden, I felt like my head was going to explode.
Okay.
The pressure just built up. And this is the room where I got the cross, hell, and church.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's anybody in here with us, see the guy laying in your spot? Punch him in the stomach. Slap him.
I feel the same way as I did earlier. Do you want me to get out of this room?
Yes.
I hate to tell you, but I heard it.
You heard it too?
I heard it before you even said it.
Yep. It's right here.
Yeah.
Can you go and get on that bed? Make that little ball light up? You make that little ball light up, I'll walk harass you any longer.
Do you not like me being in this room, in this bed? You all right?
Huh?
If you need
I've
to...
got that feeling in my head like it's just going to explode.
I'm anxious.
It just keeps going in and out of focus. It's so weird.
I'm anxious.
Are you anxious? It's just that
I'm anxious. I was anxious earlier.
there's
Some weird energy in this room.
something in here. I don't know what it is, but it could be.
Sounds haunting.
Why don't you explain the imagery? Because they don't know.
Apparently, I can't show my camera out there,
Yeah, no.
but this is all imagery created by somebody in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
And apparently, blood is used in these images, on these paintings and drawings.
No.
They were traced and then filled in with real blood.
Not cool.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's bad.
So you're supposed to be some really bad person that's up here in this room? Really, really bad? Well, show us just how bad you are.
I mean, my head's starting to hurt a little bit, but it's only on my left
It's
side.
just pressure. It feels like, you know, like you blew up a balloon. You got that pressure in there.
I feel downstairs.
That's how my head feels.
And you know, and it's strange. It really is strange that, you know, when you talk about your head starting to hurt, that, you know, to me, that's always the energy, that pressure in the room. And especially in that one room where you see me laying on the bed, you know, Tolly, you were hearing stuff, and I was hearing it literally right before you were saying it in that room.
It was really odd.
And it was just one of those moments where it doesn't happen that often, where two investigators can really, you know, sync up. But we did hear things in that room where it was just voices, and, you know, there was some EVPs captured. And of course, I got a little ahead of myself at the beginning of the show because I'm excited. I want to hear what these EVPs are. We captured EVPs in there during that time when Tolly and I were in there investigating, and you got one outside of near the doll room.
Well, actually what happened is we didn't actually have a recorder in that room with you guys. It was in the room next to that, which had an opening. They shared a door. And when your mom was in there investigating with you guys, and she was kind of taunting, as you saw, it actually said, well, she wants me.
And that's the room with all the oddities that they have, the letters, and of course the human.
Right, was the room that it was captured in, yeah. And there was a couple other EVPs that were captured. I believe there was a in there as well. But yeah, we captured 3 great EVPs. I'm gonna let them play them, see what you think you heard, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, let's take a listen.
Because the way we're streaming. Because the way we're streaming. Stop that. Stop that. Yes, yes, I will. Yes, yes, I will.
Wow, those are some amazing EVPs that you captured. But we've got more South Texas Haunts coming up right after this break. And welcome back. Now, let's talk a little bit about this Book of Solomon. Now, I know inside the house they had told us that you read from this book in that room and certain things kind of start happening.
Yeah, supposedly in this room, you would read passages from the Lesser Key of Solomon, I believe it was.
I think that's what it was.
And it was said that by reading passages out of this book, if there was a male that was supposed to lay in the bed, and by reading these passages, then something would happen. They would get touched or whatever the case may be. So we would go up there and read passages from the book. There was a time that I was there by myself, flipping through this book, and I came across a passage. Then I went downstairs. We set up for the investigation. We went back up there as a group. It was 3 people, myself, Tolly, and Jaime, and Gilbert, of course. And I flipped through the book again and went to the exact same passage.
Oh, that's creepy.
That was weird.
No, that's creepy.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Now, I know that there was an experience that happened up there that I came upstairs and talked about, but I don't want to give away too much. Let's get back to the show. Let's get back to more investigating right here on South Texas Haunts.
Let's see what that... What I'm going to be doing is reading a story out of this book. We were told that by reading a story, when you're reading passages out of this book, that's when things start to happen in this room. We have a gentleman laying on the bed. It said that they are the, I guess, trigger items when you're reading out of the passage. So I'm just going to randomly choose a page. The 38th spirit is Halphilus, or Mathless. He is a great earl, and appeareth in the form of a stalked dove. He speaketh with a hoarse voice. His office is to build up towers and to furnish them with ammunition and weapons, and to send men of war to places appointed. He ruleth over 26 legions of spirits, and his seal is to this, etc. Is BB in there? We also have a motion detector next to the gentleman on the bed to see if anything happens to go next to him that would create energy. The 39th spirit is Malthus. He appeareth at first like a crow, but after he will put on human shape as the request of the exorcist, and he speak with a hoarse voice. He is a mighty president and powerful. He can build houses and high towers. He can bring to thy knowledge enemies' desires and thoughts, that which they have done. He giveth good families, or good familiars. If thou makest a sacrifice unto him, he will receive kindly and willingly, but he will deceive him that doth him. He governeth 40 legions of spirits, and his seal is this, etc. So I went to pick another passage, and what's kind of odd is that I was up here earlier kind of just flipping through the book, and this is the same passage that I read to myself earlier. So I don't know if that means anything. There are some words that I'm going to leave out loudly because they're not quite appropriate to film, and they're not quite appropriate to go live with for our purposes. This seal is to be made by one that is clean both inwardly and outwardly, and that hath not defiled himself by any woman in the space of a month, but hath in prayer and fasting desired of God to forgive him all his sin, etc. It is to be made on this day of Mars or Saturn, Tuesday or Saturday, at 12 o'clock, and written upon virgin parchment with the blood of a beep that never trode hen. Note that on this night the moon must be increasing in light, going from new to full, and the zodiacal sign of Virgo. And when the seal is made, thou shalt perform it with alum, raisins dried in the sun, date, cedar, and lignum aloes. It's getting really hot in here. Also by the seal of King Solomon did command all the aforesaid spirits in the vessel of brass, and did seal it up with the same seal. He be it gained in the love all matter of persons, and overcome in the battle, for neither weapons nor fire nor water could hurt him. And the privy seal was made to cover the vessel at the top withal, etc. The following figures are interesting as showing a marked resemblance to the central design of the secret seal. It will be observed that the evident desire to be represented hieroglyphically a person raising his or her hands in adoration. Nearly all stone sepulchral steels, and the execution of them is rough and primitive in the extreme. Most are in the Musée du Louvre in Paris. his money.
In there, I watched where it looked like an orb was sitting down on the chair, and I don't know how this is possible, but there was a shadow out here that walked across.
I thought I saw it too.
It started about right here and went across as you were. I was listening to you. As soon as you started picking up and started reading and started getting to the God stuff and the lore stuff, it started like throughout the house. I could watch each individual room start to change, like orbs and stuff.
I'm telling you, the temperature itself changed in this room.
It got to the point where I was like, yeah. After I saw the shadow, and I don't have an IR facing straight this way where it would create that shadow. And it was a person. You could see it.
Yeah, I felt like that's why I started closing this over here. But, it's dark, so it's hard for me to see.
And like I said, that was when I was up here earlier flipping through this book. I just flipped to that one, and that was the passage that I came to earlier. I was by myself up here. And I flipped again and came to that same passage.
Like I said, I saw where Gilbert was standing. No one was standing here that could create the shadow.
Well, Gilbert was over here.
I know. But nothing walked across here to create that shadow.
It wouldn't be my phone, right?
It was a shape of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
The room.
I thought my flashlight turned on, but I don't think I left it on.
Like I said, I watched activity pick up in there where BB was at. I watched activity pick up out here. I watched activity pick up in here. I was watching the camera as Shauna started reading from the book in your room, or started picking up, but just around the chair. So you were right here on the other side of this post. I could see exactly where you were at. As you can see, I have a camera facing in. It's not facing out. So the only light that's in there is coming from the green light that's on. I want to watch right here. You can see what looks like to be a man.
Holy Moses.
Yep. Go back. All right. I can see the light from in there. Here's the thing. A tall, dark, slender man has been reported up there.
Really?
Tall, yes. In that room.
In this room right here?
No, in this room in here, where that shadow's coming from.
Where the shadow's coming from.
Yeah. And like I said, I noticed that when it happened, you can see Shauna's talking. You're in here with the rocking chair. She's reading from the book, and then all of a sudden things just start happening. I was completely surprised by that shadow figure. It was just something that I was sitting there and I was watching the cameras, and all of a sudden I saw it go across, and I knew exactly where you were at, where Tolly was at, where everybody was at. And it was like, wow, I remember going up the stairs, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we were all in our own places.
Yeah.
Like, nobody was really in the hallways at all. And hey.
And we were having activity at the time as well.
Yeah, you guys were, because you were reading from the book.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I know coming up on the next segment, we've done something, we did something at this house that we've never done before. So stay tuned, because you're not going to want to miss this one. Okay, so now coming up on this part of the investigation, we did something that I've never done before. The great thing about this house is they allow investigators to go in and really test the limits and also try different paranormal investigating
techniques.
Techniques, yes. And on this time, I got to experience my first time using a Ouija board. You guys got to check this out. Here's more South Texas Haunts. Okay. Yes. So I have never in my life messed with a Ouija board, ever. Now, I've heard horror stories. We've had people call on Halloween night of people saying that they conjured something up. My mom even has a story, and I think Shauna has a story too, that she'd never messed with a Ouija board. So tonight, I'm going to mess with a Ouija board. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't recommend this. I don't at all recommend this. If you're out there, you're watching this, I'm doing this purely for science. To me, when you see Parker Brothers on it, I mean, it's something you could buy in a Walmart, or, you know, I was going to say Toys R Us. I was going to say Toys R Us, because I've seen them Toys R Us, but Toys R Us really doesn't exist anymore. That just...
It does in Houston. Yeah.
It does again?
Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
Mace? I need a Toys R Us set. Okay. So, Shauna, do you mind joining me?
Oh, Lord.
It's got to take two people. Got to have two here. Tell me how this is done. Because I've never done this before.
Basically, ask a question and it moves with your hands on it. It uses your energy to move it, and it.
Okay, so I'm gonna up the ante just a little bit. Any spirits that's in this house, use my body and my energy to communicate through this board. Is there any spirits in this house that want to communicate? Use my hands and Shauna's hands to move this piece on the board to communicate.
Okay.
Like, I feel like it wants to move.
It's trying, yeah.
Creepy as all get out. Use your energy, use my energy, use the energy of this room. Move the piece. Holy you've got... Okay? Okay. I will...
Whoa, that was weird. But y'all aren't making that go off, right?
My hands aren't near it.
They're not making it go off.
That thing moved on its own. I felt it move.
It said.
It's terrifying.
Okay. Did you die in this house?
I died in this house.
Okay.
You're whispering.
I am barely touching it. I am barely touching it.
Talking over here.
I am barely. I'm just. I am barely touching this.
Dude.
Okay? I am barely touching it.
Okay.
What is your name?
You sure you want to do this?
I did it. Told me was going to have a boy.
It's creepy because you
Told me the truth. So
I was gonna get back down, but okay.
this was creepy because I felt it like move, but like I didn't feel like I was
Well,
moving.
remember, guys, some people think that anytime you talk spirits at all, you're opening up the channel. So,
And again, we say don't do this. We're doing this purely for science.
I mean, like, this is just one channel, right? I mean,
Well, if you really look at it, I mean, an ovulus is no different
that's what I'm
than...
saying.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
anytime you
that's
talk to
true.
the spirits, you're opening up a channel.
Okay. All right.
So
And again, this is purely for science. We stick with science. We don't use Ouija boards as often. We're just doing it because I've never done it before, so...
And it's here. It's in front of us.
Okay. I keep wanting to... All right.
are you a male? Are you female?
I don't know.
Here, I just want to watch you for a minute. What?
Oh, don't do that.
What? Don't tell me.
No, go away.
Well, that doesn't help me any. You
Yeah.
gotta tell me what you... Tell me. Tell me.
Huh?
Tell me.
It don't feel right.
I know it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to begin with, but this is science. I mean,
Yeah, I don't. No. It doesn't feel right.
Are you male or female? can come back into the room.
Yeah, I heard that whisper.
Yeah, I heard it too. I'm hearing that whisper. And you're not moving it.
My hands are still as could be.
Dude, that's freaking weird. Like it's dragging it.
Yeah,
Part of the fun.
I don't think, I can't say this is fun.
It's going now.
I have no idea.
All right, let's reset and ask a yes or no question.
What the? It's like I got shot in the face with a BB. It hit me right here.
That happened to me at my house after Golia.
I'm serious. I mean, it's like someone took a rubber band and knocked me in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's happened to me. I've had that happen to me at my own house several times.
That hurt.
It does.
Whoever is here with us tonight, please spell your name.
I heard no.
Are you moving it?
Nope. I am not moving it.
Did they say goodbye?
I'm gonna guess so.
I'm going to say yes because it couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
I heard no, like really loud in my ear.
This way.
Okay.
And that's called. Are you Mel?
Your hand not even on it, it's moving.
Well, take your hand off of it, remember?
I get that, but I'm sitting here looking at your fingers, and I can see that it's moving on its own, and your fingers aren't on it. Okay. What's the first letter of your name?
I keep hearing whispering over here.
H.
H. What's the second letter of your name? Q?
Wouldn't that be an O?
Oh. H-O?
Third letter?
I think it's off the
There's
board again.
serious whispering over there unless it's the
Oh, I'm
AC.
sorry, I gotta take my hand off. My back's hurting. Just lean it over. I'm kind of, I'm done.
Okay, then so put your hand on the lancet.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, we didn't get fully on goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. 1, 2, 3. I have more questions now, messing with one versus it's a game. I can pick it apart left and right, just kind of like with dowsing rods, you know.
I think it's like about intention.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're willing to close yourself off, of course, that's just.
Yeah. The more energy you put into it, the more you're supposed to be able to get out of it.
Yeah. Which could be why some people do open doors spiritually and other people.
Well, this was my first.
Wow. Okay.
This is my first and last time messing with the Ouija board. So. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because you were so nervous and so scared of that Ouija board.
Well, I never messed with something like that before, and I know everybody's out there probably watching like, oh, he's doing it wrong, you know, and then I'm like,
yeah.
I learned so much. You're not supposed to take your hands off of it. You got to close it. Now, I don't endorse the Ouija board or anything like that. I've never used it. You know, we stick strictly scientific, like the equipment you guys see in front of us.
And I understand that, but we use a spirit box, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
But there's a difference in there's a difference in that than having a board and you got the little, you know, there's a difference.
I just think it's funny. You could tell that I was getting annoyed with you on even using a Ouija board.
You just small. It wasn't. Really.
It wasn't annoyance. It was more of, okay, let's do this. Let's get it done. And
no, it was annoyance.
It was.
It was totally annoyance. But you know, when we were done doing that, and I think it was you and Tolly. Was it you and Tolly already on the Ouija board? And I got that.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't explain. I've never had something like that happen before. It felt like someone had taken a rubber band and just popped me right in the face. And I don't know, maybe it's because I was doing the Ouija board thing.
The spirits were annoyed also.
We're going to go there?
Okay.
Okay. But I know we get off the annoyance part of me not knowing how to use a Ouija board. We have some questions that's been submitted by some fans, so hit me with one.
We do. So we have a Reagan Stennett who is asking, what are some common signs that a place might be haunted?
Well, I mean, you get voices, objects being moved, just stuff out of the norm, the stuff that you think you're going crazy, but you're not, you know? I mean, what do you think, Tolly?
Well, that's exactly...
I mean, you lived in a haunted house.
Yeah, I lived in a super haunted house, and that's exactly what happens is you just kind of think, did I hear something? Is there... And then all of a sudden, other people come over to your house who don't believe in ghosts or anything like that, and they'll have an experience or hear the same things that you are, you know, hearing, and they'll see the same things that you and your family are seeing, and it's very telling.
We've got a lot of investigations like that from time to time where people, they just think maybe they're not, you know, something's going on until we come in and investigate and actually capture that evidence.
Yeah, and that's really a neat moment.
So they kind of reconfirm for you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk and take more questions here in a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll be back with more South Texas Haunts. Now it's time to get into the thick of it, the EVPs, the evidence that we captured that night at the 6th Realm in Victoria, Texas.
Some of my favorite things.
Yep.
So let's listen to some of the EVPs that we captured there.
What's that? What's that?
Wow. That is, that's some clear EVPs.
Yeah, and the one that says come was actually when we were all about to go upstairs and start investigating. So it was almost like they were telling us, come on, let's go. Let's
we were being welcomed.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then the did you just saying, that was when you guys were in that room and you were laying on the bed and they were asking questions. And it was almost like they were repeating. What did you just say? Just saying. And then the other one was also captured in the doll room, I believe. And so those dolls were trying to tell us something.
Still creeps me out. Still creeps me out.
You hear that? Although you're cute. So, but yeah, so EVPs are definitely something that's always interesting in an investigation, especially when you listen to it and you know it's not something that was there when you didn't hear it with your own ears.
Yeah. So I know we have some more EVPs, so let's take a listen to those also.
So Lewis, actually we got that EVP after we captured the shadow figure that we talked about and we saw earlier. We actually asked if anybody was here with us and we got that name, whether that was the shadow figure guy's name or not. Who knows? The yeah, no was actually something that I had to listen to over and over again because it almost sounds like Gilbert talking.
It does to
an extent.
To an extent, yeah.
But it's not Gilbert's voice because Gilbert comes in right after that, so there's no way he was saying all that in one breath.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was as you, Gilbert, and Jaime were upstairs setting up cameras.
Really?
Yes. And so, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of EVPs happening in the 6th Realm House. It's definitely, there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah, there definitely is. There is something going on within that house in Victoria. But we'll be right back with more South Texas Haunts. And welcome back to South Texas Haunts. We hope you guys have had a fantastic evening so far on this investigation. We're going to get to some questions now from some of our fans all over the world. Hit me.
So we actually have a question out of Illinois. They want to know, do spirits communicate with the living, and if so, how do they communicate with us?
They can communicate a lot of ways. I mean, electronics, disembodied voices, moving items.
Touching you.
Touching, that is something else, yeah. I mean, there's lots of ways that they can communicate.
So what would you say is the number one way that the spirit communicates with the living?
Ooh.
Well, I think it might be
the most common way.
Everyone. Like for me, I hear voices a lot. That's just how I perceive spirits.
The number one way? I would say moving objects that, you know, through all the years that we've been investigating the paranormal, there's always been certain objects that's been moved. And it's usually something that means something to the individual.
And so do you think it's easier for spirits to communicate with us? Jennifer's asking, do you think it's easier for them to communicate with us by moving things, by talking to us, by touching us? Which one do you think is easier for spirits?
I say moving something. I really do, because I think that's a way that they can communicate with that individual that they're trying to make contact with.
Or maybe even manipulating electricity at times. You know, like when the lights blink. And
yeah, definitely.
That might be something they can do. But
okay. Yeah, definitely. Well, I think this investigation was one that was definitely something we need to go back and investigate again at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you guys want to know more about the Sixth Realm, check them out on Facebook. You guys can actually go there, rent, and stay the night and actually have your own paranormal investigation. But you know the time has come. Got to start wrapping this up. He's over here telling me we got to wrap it up. We got to start heading home. I'm ready to get some sleep over here.
Trick-or-treating tomorrow night?
It is. It is. It's all about the trick-or-treat. I'm ready for some candy. But
it's been a great season. It's a great way to wrap it up. It's not over.
It's not over yet. We still have more episodes of South Texas Haunts to come. We want to thank everybody out there tonight for tuning in. And from everybody here at Corpus Christi Spook Central, South Texas Haunts, and Chris Six, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Till next
Check
year.
us out on all social medias.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still going to be posting some things, going to be doing good on that kind of stuff. We're on every social media you can think of, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Just keep coming, keep supporting. We'll keep doing what we do to keep you guys around, and happy Halloween.
Yes,
happy
from
Halloween.
everybody here.
I feel like we were just here.
I know, it's just, time flies by fast. But yeah, definitely, I want to wish everybody a safe and happy Halloween, and I hope everybody gets plenty of candy tomorrow night. So
yeah. So happy Halloween from everybody here at South Texas Haunts. And, you know, watch out for the dolls. Watch out for the people out there scaring everybody this season, this Halloween season.
Let me have the doll. We're going to go home with the doll. I'm taking the doll. Good night, everybody. We hope everybody has a very safe and happy Halloween from everybody here at Chris Six and South Texas Haunts and Corpus Christi Spook Central. Good night. Happy Halloween.
Stay safe.